So I put the yellow mixture on the feet of the ducks and feet, and also on the feet of the claws of the little owls. And their claws and their legs are actually covered in feathers, so you don't really see the bony parts. But for the best part, I think those are the colours of the feathers. Anyway, so here I'm using the big filbert. Size 4, and I'm just using the side of the brush to make these feathery looks. The feathers are really quite long, so this is mixing it right underneath. Are not completely snowy white, so obviously some brown in between. So I just need to put a bit more dark on top of her head. I mean, they're walking on the rocks next to the duck pond, so that is the colour of the duck pond, depending on the... I thought I was finished, but then I noticed that I had left a few things out and painted a few things a bit incorrectly. So here I forgot to put the beak of the owl in yellow, which matches his yellow eyes. The little owl is not the barn owl. The barn owl is a white owl. The yellow has not come out very yellow in the eyes. I'll just put another touch. Things have not dried overnight as I expected them to. So that's one thing. And I could put a few more brown feathers in these little owls there. I noticed there are different pictures of them, photos of them, and some have a lot of brown with little pockets of white, little tufts here and there, but not as much as this. And others have more, I don't know, an overall browny look with just little speckles of white here and there. So there are variations. And while I've got the yellow on my brush, the male mallard duck has a yellow bill, while his wife has an orange bill, but they both have orange feet, and the bill is somewhat flatter than that. So I'm going to mix the... I did make the feet orange, but it didn't colour them over the green very well, so I'll try again. And so they are webbed feet, obviously, being ducks. And the background water, well, on the edges of the pond it kind of looks green, but as you go further out, as it reflects the colour of the sky, it can be dark blue, light blue, with some clouds. And then her beak is also orange rather than yellow, but it has quite a bit of brown in it depending. So it's not coming out orange at all. And then the little owl has a lot of white feathers on their legs, and then obviously the talons are kind of yellowish colour. So I'm just going to put back the feathers there. So you don't see that they have yellow legs, they have legs covered in feathers. I'm going to put a few more feathers in this bird generally, so that the brown is just underneath. That looks a bit better. To come back with some fresh white around the eyes. No, it's too still. So I'll have to do that off camera. I'll take a photo at the end. And then this little, well, the mallard ducks are more white in the front. It's just more like a layer of brown feathers deep inside, whereas in the front you see brown and then white, and then the neck is brown further down. So, sorry, not brown. Yeah, the front of the bird. Oh, this is not coming out very brown. It's coming out more of a reddish colour. So this front goes down a bit, but the green should have come down further, and it should come down to there. So I'm going to wipe that off. So the neck should be, well, the head is green, this lovely emerald green, and it comes down as green. And then it has the white collar. So I'll just add in a white collar. I have enough, well, I need to get fresh paint. So the white collar is around here. And depending on the angle of the bird, it can look like it's just around the neck like that, or it can look like it's going down. So I'm going to just put it as if it's going down around to the other side. And then I'll add a few more white feathers with the side of the brush here, and put back the brown there. The brown, which is now very, oh no, it's too red. Okay, so I have to get fresh brown. The female is more kind of speckled brown. No, I'm just not liking the shape of her head. Well, the male mallard is looking a little bit better. I just need to add the brown there. But I first want to just put a little sort of murky blue water in. Now it looks murkier on my palette than it does on, and since we can't see the colour of the sky, and I just have no idea, but the water changes colour depending on the sky, depending on what's in the water, how many other animals there are in the water. So I'll just add a lot more white to that. And that will just make it look a little prettier, the water. edges it's usually deeper and darker. This blue will not do well around the edges, it's too light. It's cobalt blue. So I have to maybe mix it with the brown. Now I've made the water a bit more grey blue and darker around the feet, although I could make it a bit darker still, but then it just is going to be too close, brown, close to the birds. And it's not actually brown, it's more like a deep blue. So I'll just add some more blue on top of that. Let's see what that does. No, not dark enough. Well, now I've more or less covered her feet. That's more like it there, I think. And then it gets lighter as it goes out. And so I think that looks more pleasing overall. And with the brown going down to the front of his chest and the rest being white. And then just the little owls, they too need a touch of brown around the eyes. Always easy to get the detail in, and then when you get it in and you lose it, it's quite frustrating. But anyway, it's all part of art. And this little chap, big eyes, like cat's eyes look like owl's eyes at times. I think that looks a bit better. Just colour in more of the, add more feathers, just little pockets of white here and there. But these were two different breeds of owl that I put together. I mean, they both were little owls, but in different positions or different. Their feathers look quite different, so I just want to reflect them both. I mean, the impression you get is that they're very brown, but with pockets of white in the one, and then the other one is more sort of mottled. I think that makes a much more pleasing look, the darker water on the edges. I put back the feet and added more brown to her feathers. More white to his, and then a bit more brown. Change the water overall to more of a greyish blue, and then added a bit more brown to the owls where it was needed. And I think they both look a lot better now. And not to say that I didn't like them as they were green. You know, the ducks were green and the owls were just brown and white. I like that combination. But this is definitely a more realistic look, and the pretty mallard ducks, and they look lovely together. And you always see them in pairs, so that's the interesting thing. They stay together. So thank you for watching again, and let me know in the comments what you think. Do you want to hear me explaining what I do, explaining as much as possible what I do, why I'm doing it? Or would you prefer me to just be quiet and put music on and just paint without any explanation? I would love to know your thoughts. Bit of blue on the silvery moon. So please comment and like, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.